Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Dong Report, where I give out my favorite MLB home run picks of the day. Before we get into today's picks, where I do have three for you guys, we first need to recap yesterday. For unfortunately, not a great day yesterday. I gave out three picks on this YouTube channel. We did not get any to cash, so we end the day down 3 units. Luckily, we have a ton of profits built up. Total profit on the Dong Report year to date at 35.55 units and an ROI of 8.85%. So we'll take that any day of the week, any type of sports betting in Denver. If you could have over 8% ROI, you are sitting pretty. As I mentioned, as for today, I got three picks for you guys. Real quick, if you're not already, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also helps me out a ton if you could like the video and comment as well. And then I also urge you to check out the membership options I do have for my YouTube channel. If you're interested in becoming a Jedi in training, check that out. It's the very first link in the description of the video, as well as the pinned comment. Now let's get into these home run picks. As I mentioned, I got three for you guys. Starting with a play in the Twins versus Mariners game, we are taking Teoscar Hernandez to hit a home run. That is at plus 550 odds at PointsBet. You can also get it at plus 500 on DraftKings as well, which I would take. Now, Hernandez has 15 home runs on the year, which is fine. It's not horrible. It's not great. I will admit, I don't love the fact that he hasn't had any in his past 10 games, but even despite the lack of home runs in that 10-game span, if you isolate his ISO rate, which I know is a little bit confusing, but if you look specifically since June 1st, he has an ISO rate of 19.9%. Now, I generally like to stay 20% and above, but at 19.9%, it's literally 0.1% away from being a great ISO rate. So definitely not bad by any means. Again, that's specifically since June 1st. Looking at his barrel rate, this is on the entire season. It's at a very good rate of 13.7%. That's considered great according to Fangraphs standards. So we'll take that as well. And then looking at the game, specifically the weather, Ballpark Pal has this as a positive rated net home run game, specifically when you look at the weather and the ballpark dimensions and all that stuff. I will admit it is a little bit scary going against Pablo Lopez, but he can be had. He's got a ERA above 4. And the value on this one is really good at plus 550 or even 500. I really like. So that makes our first pick of the evening. Next up in the Diamondbacks versus Braves game, we are taking Matt Olson to hit a home run. That is at plus 300 odds at FanDuel. Now, Teoscar Hernandez was a little bit of a hard sell. Matt Olson really isn't at all. He's got 30 home runs on the year. Now, he does only have 2 in his last 10 games, so for his standards, that is somewhat of a slump. But just looking at his stats, he's an absolutely ridiculous batter. He's second in all of qualified batters in the MLB in ISO rate at 31%. If you remember, anything that is 25% and above is considered excellent. He's well above that number, only behind Shohei Ohtani. If you specifically look at right-handed pitching, which the Diamondbacks are pitching Zach Gallen on the mound, who I will admit he is a good pitcher, but Matt Olson's ISO rate jumps up to 34.8% against right-handed pitching. So he's even better. Gallen, yes, he is a good pitcher, but the matchup advantage here definitely does go to Olson. And then also looking at barrel rate, he's got the second highest barrel rate in the MLB as well at 18.8%, which is just insane. Only one batter is above him. That is, again, Shohei Ohtani, who is at 18.9%. So he's right up there with the best batters in the league. Obviously, almost the best batter in the league in terms of raw power and getting good contact on the ball. So I absolutely love Matt Olson in this one. And then our last pick of the evening in the White Sox versus Mets game, we are taking Francisco Alvarez to hit a home run. That is at plus 475 odds at PointsBet, or you can get it at plus 450 at DraftKings. Now, Alvarez, unlike the other two batters on the Dong Report today, is somewhat on fire. Looking at his last 10 games, he's got a total of 6 home runs. And just 2 days ago, on July 18th, he hit 2 home runs in that game. On the year, he's got 19, so obviously close to a third of his total home runs have been hit in the past 10 days, which I absolutely love. His ISO rate is excellent on the year at 28.7%. He's got a great barrel rate of 13.5%. Now for barrel rate, anything 15% and above is excellent. Anything 10% and above is great. Him at 13.5%, that's very good. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech, who is definitely a gettable pitcher in the dong department. Also a positive weather game as well. So all in all, I love Francisco Alvarez to round out our 3 picks, which feels like a 3-0 day. Make sure to throw a small parlay on all 3 in the off chance we get all 3 to cash. For me, it was like 5 to win, a little over 500 on FanDuel. But that's all I got. 3 picks for you guys. 3 players who are absolutely going to hit a home run. If you're tailing, comment and let me know. Other than that, remember everything I mentioned at the beginning. Subscribe, like the video, check out the membership options. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.